Yo, what's up, guys? Streaming time. Checking if my sound is working. Yo, what's up, guys? Yes, it's working. Awesome. Ivane, what's up? Okay. Let's see if we catch some trades today. It's New York Open time. Time to try to make some money. All is good. That's nice to hear. Let's see. First we start off NQ, then Tesla, then Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the good stuff. So yeah, let's look at NQ, guys. NQ is now New York Open. That means my New York Open strategy on NQ is on the table. And first, all we have to do is to check is market bullish or bearish. And I just start from this obvious high right here. We had this big leg to the downside. And this was the last leg where we broke structure to bearish. As you can see, this is my 2 candle rule, guys. We have 2 down candles right here. Here we have 2 up candles, but only 1 down candle. So here's the next 2 consecutive down candles. We always have only 1 down candle. Right here we have 2 consecutives again. So yeah, that's the obvious low to break regarding my 2 candle rule. And we switch structure bearish right on this aggressive dump to the downside today at 10 a.m. T Lawyer, what's up? How long did it take you to develop your strategy? Hard to say, but overall, if you have the right guidelines, if you know what you're doing, it takes around 6 months. And before that, you obviously have to also put a lot of work in, and you have to find your way, So for me, it took 2 to 3 years to become profitable. So we switching back to bullish now with this opening pump. Since this is a big leg to the downside, everything in between here is just internal liquidity, and I am not interested in that. This is the only interesting leg to me, those extreme zones, and we switch structure back to bullish. And now we have to check where is the last low. Where would we switch back to bearish? I'll start from here. A lot of people would say, okay, this is obvious. So this is the obvious low to break. A lot of people would say that, but to me it's not. Why, guys? Because again, my 2 candle rule, we have 2 up candles right here. Here we have 2 down candles. But the thing is, the second down candle is inside of the first one. I think you can see that. And when that is the case, the 2 down candles don't count. So we have to count like this. This is all 1 leg to the upside. This is not a valid leg in between. So currently, this is the low to get back to bearish. And now we are developing the opening range. 1530 is the low for now. And in 7 minutes we will close the range, and then I will see from there. Currently market is bullish, so if we close the range, I would probably take continuation longs if we get above. And if we break the range, I have to wait for a break of this to get shorts in. But yeah, for now we have to let the range develop. Thanks for the answer. I see you have the same strategy following every day, and I respect it. Thank you, T Lawyer. Thank you for the kind words. So yeah, now we have to wait 7 more minutes until this opening range gets created on Tesla. Basically the same, we just look at the high is currently here, the low is currently here. And when this opening range is closing as well, I'll check statistics and we either long or short if we break above or break below. That's the strategy for Tesla. And NQ is pretty strong. But yeah, it doesn't mean much for now. We have to wait until the opening range is closing in 6 minutes now. Around 6 minutes. So yeah, let's check Ethereum. Ooh, we have a big pump. Big pumpers. Ethereum is on the path. I posted this morning. Do you ever not take a trade if the opening range gets too big? Jamie Donaldson, what's up? Yes, sometimes I don't take a trade if I don't get the triggers. For example, if the range is very big and we don't break out, I don't take the trade. Or if the breakout of the range is very close to closing the day, then I'm not taking it. Or if trend is not in alignment with my trade, I'm also not taking the trade. So every trigger has to be present, you know. Board here, what's up? What's your take on Euro USD? Bearish weekly candle. We have a look at Euro USD in a minute. First, let's check Ethereum. As we can see, guys, the weekly low was put in today, right at 12 o'clock. So statistically, it's not very probable that this will be the weekly low. The weekly low oftentimes gets put in later in the day. So that's why I am bearish. I want this as my draw of liquidity. We have to take out the weekly low. And ideally, we sweep the highs here, get a nice entry with a shift in structure. And then I would take shorts to the weekly low to form new weekly lows. Since this low is very unlikely to hold, since we put it in at a statistically very inconvenient time. What are the chances that the weekly low is at Monday at midnight? So the first candle of the week, it's very unlikely. So in my opinion, this weekly low is not very strong. Of course, there's always the probability that it will hold, but statistics are against it. So I am shorting a sweep of those highs. If we then switch structure on the M15 or M30 with a clean break, I will take shorts to the range low. Since market is still bearish, as you can see from this high, this is all one leg to the downside. Market is bearish, so we sweep the low, switch structure again, and then I would take shorts to the weekly low, targeting this liquidity right here, since it's a very weak low in my opinion. And that's my take on Ethereum. Of course, will this be the exact way? No, it will probably not be. We might get above, get a little higher, then switch structure. Whatever happens, guys, I'm not telling the future here. I'm trading probabilities, and I'm trading outcomes that are likely in my system. So I wait for a sweep of this, then wait for a shift in structure, and then I'll take shorts to target this weekly low. Weekly low, that sounds crazy. Okay, what's your take on Euro USD? Let's see Euro USD. Ooh, pumps, big pumps. Weekly. Damn, it's strong. Weekly, let's see. Weekly is obviously still bullish. So for now, I am still bullish on Euro USD. If we break below here, that would be a first indicator of some downside. But yeah, before this low breaks, nothing happens, or we either now sweep this high from September, and then that would mean that we have a new low to break. That's my take. Oh, voice crack. That's my take on Euro USD. Weekly is very bullish until we break. For now, it's this low, or we have this sweep of September's high, and then we have a new low for a break of structure. It's bullish on the daily, weekly. Wouldn't short this without any confirmation. If you get a candle that blows through the range high, do you wait for market to pull back to the range high before executing, or just leave the trade? On NQ, I would wait, yes. What time is it now? Now the opening range is closing, guys. On NQ, I always wait if we are significantly higher than the range. I wait for a retracement to the range high, and stop loss is at the range low. So on NQ, yes. On Tesla, I always just market enter. So with the looks of this, guys, longs are very likely today. If I get a long trigger, I will take it. And for shorts, we need to break this low to get shorts in. For now, we might create a new low to break, but for now it's this one. Bitcoin just broke the daily high. Hopefully clean shift to enter short soon. Ah yes, Bitcoin is the same. The weekly low is my point of liquidity. I like a sweep of the highs and then shorts to weekly low, and then we look from longs from there. But that comes after. First, I would like to sweep the highs, clean shift like Ethereum. And then when we touch the weekly low, we can look for some longs maybe. So yeah, NQ is now, the range is now created. Now if we close above here, means that it's very likely that we reach my 1.5 area. 1.5 deviation from the range. If we get above now, while market is bullish, we close a little bit above the range high, at least 3 points. That means it's a 50% chance that we will grab this 1.5 area. So 50-50 stop loss is at the range low. And there's a 50% chance, guys, that we will touch this and that we will win the trade. But there's also a 50% chance that we will get stopped out. So always keep that in mind. But with the right risk management, we have a 1.5 hour trade. We are profitable if we only win half of our trades. Are we in the crypto bear market? I mean, depends what you define as a bear market. To me, this would be my scenario for some heavy buys on Bitcoin. I posted it on my X page. And it depends what you define as a bear market. Last bear market, we retraced 75% from all-time high. Now we retraced 30%, so 75% would bring us to 30k. So I don't know if we are in a bear market. In the end, it doesn't really matter if we are in a bear market or not. We just trade the charts, we trade the probabilities. I've set in the wrong alarm. Okay, now Tesla. The range on Tesla is also done. Now I'm setting my alarms here as well. And then I can answer the rest of the questions in chat. Okay, now the long scenario on NQ is clear. If we break above, I'll take longs. 50% chance that it will work. With 1.5R, that's, yeah, we obviously, if you know math, you know it's profitable. We can lose half of our trades if we get 1.5R. And for a short scenario, we just need to break this low first. And then I would take limit shorts at the range low and stop at the range high. Any thoughts on USD? Wait, USD and the yen? I honestly haven't looked at that in a long time, but I can check the chart if you want to. Bro, what's happening? Crazy. Crazy times. Oh yeah, weekly looks nice, but this chart doesn't tell me much because we shifted structure right here. And now we are just in internal liquidity. Oh no, we are not. Weekly is bullish currently. And I'm probably getting Tesla short triggers right here. So I will... Let's see. Yeah, that's nice. I will just market enter. Market entering Tesla shorts. And same here, guys, 50% chance that it will get stopped out. You have to follow this system long term to be profitable. You can't copy one trade and think that you will make money, because that's not how it works. You have to follow it long term to get the edge, you know. Only one trade is basically a gamble on... You could go into the casino and play roulette as well. So yeah, Tesla is on. I also have to quickly enter it on my broker. Sorry guys, I have to cut you off since I don't want to show you my broker things. Just checking if it's off for real. Yeah, we safe. Since I'm currently testing stuff out. And I am back, guys. Okay, this trade is now on. 2R trade. 50% chance that it will work, guys. Don't expect to copy it and make money. NQ is just in the range. And now let's hop into more questions from chat. USD, yeah, we were at this chart. Currently, if we close below here, I think we get some downside. But we obviously need this week and next week to close below here. And then you can take shorts on the higher time frame. The daily also. My alarms are going crazy. I don't know. I put something wrong into my alarms. I don't know what I put in wrong, but doesn't matter. So yeah, yen against dollar, dollar against yen, two closes below here on the weekly. I would take shorts. Daily is already looking nice. If we close two candle closes daily below here, so this day and tomorrow, then you could look for some continuation shorts. That's USD against yen. Now let's check NQ, guys. NQ might also give me a trigger if we get this close in 30 seconds. I just have to check. We have to close 3 points above the range. 96.4 is the range, so 99.4. But yeah, if we close back in the range, then I don't take the trade, of course. And it looks like we are not closing above. Five more seconds. But yeah, it's not closing above, so no trade for now. Tesla is at entry. So yeah, let's wait for another candle close. I'm deleting those alarms now because they are going on my nerves. They are going on all the time. I don't know why. Okay, let's wait for the next candle close. Where do you trade stocks and futures? I trade stocks and futures on Tesla stocks. I trade on capital.com, and indices like NQ you can trade there as well. And NQ I also trade on prop firms. Bright Funded is my partner. The links are below if you are interested in a nice prop firm. I trade NQ on those funded accounts. And crypto I trade on Bybit or Bluefin. I'm only experienced on Bitcoin, Ethereum and Euro. Does this mean I can also trade Tradeware like NQ and Tesla from Bourdieu? You can, but you have to build your system. You have to collect data if you are profitable on those other assets as well. You can't just take your strategy from Bitcoin, Ethereum and Euro and apply it to NQ. That doesn't mean that it will profitable. That doesn't mean it will be profitable, since you have to collect data on it and see if it would work. But you probably will have to make some tweaks to your strategy if you apply it to another asset. Since if I apply my NQ system on Bitcoin, it will not be profitable. It will be a little bit profitable, but it would not be worth it. On NQ, it's way more worth it. So if that answers your question, you have to test it. Weakness of the weekly low, Wick Doctor. Let's go. Ugur, welcome to the stream. So many prop firms have so many rules, feels like it's hard to not do something wrong. How are the rules on Bright Funded? On Bright Funded, you only have your daily drawdown and maximum drawdown. And other than that, I don't look at any rules at Bright Funded. Those are the only important things. Daily drawdown and maximum drawdown. So as long as you stay in those rules, you are probably good to go on Bright Funded. Since I only look at those rules and I have over 125k payouts with them. Bigger drawdowns. I don't know exactly if they're bigger, but yeah, it's basically the same. Except you can't just full port on Bright Funded. If you full port and you are lucky you pass a challenge, then they might restrict you. If you are just gambling on it, You can't just put all your margin into a Bitcoin long and... I mean, you can. They still will give you the account, but you will get restricted with like a percentage or something. And also that's most of the time not the case, only if you make it further, like if you get 50k, 60k payouts, but I wouldn't worry about that. You can freely use them as long as you look at your daily drawdown and maximum drawdown rules. You're probably good to go with them. So NQ is now above. If we close this candle in 1 minute, I will set the limit order like this. I'm long on breakout on this Solana long, but it's a risky trade, so I don't advise you to follow it. But those would be trades that I'm very confident in. I would take them if we get confirmations. Okay, NQ is now above. And I just mark it enter right here. Or will I? Yeah, that's good enough. I also have to send it out to my group very quick. Again, guys, 50% chance, of course. Don't gamble. It is likely to hit stop loss as well. I always trade with my two systems that I trade during New York that you see here have a 50% win rate. And right here, the 1.2 point will be the break-even point. If my trade reaches this point, I will set it break-even. Bro, what's up with those alarms? I have no idea what's happening. So if we reach this point, I would set the trades break-even. We are now short on Tesla and long on NQ with both 0.5% risk. And both have a 50% chance to fail or a 50% chance to win, guys. If one of those trades hits stop loss and you are copying me and you hit me up that you lost money because of me, I will ban you. 50% chance, guys. I will not ban you, of course. I was kidding, but you get the point. Yo, Antonin. I think I know who you are. Your name is different here, but I think I know you. I actually know I know you. If I mistake you and you don't know who I am, I'm sorry. But yeah, we are in those true trades now, guys. Let's go, let's go. Let's see what we get today. NQ is up. Tesla is down. Let's see what we get. Also waiting for Ethereum to sweep the highs. Yes, I knew it. Now I know why your Discord name was Astali. So, NQ is clear, longing, Tesla shorting, Ethereum waiting for some sweep of this highs before a high probability break of structure, and then I short to the weekly low. Bitcoin same. In case we are not going down, I have this long on Solana, running on breakout. So if I don't get any chances on those trades, at least this one is hitting something. Austro-Hungarian roots. Oh, I didn't know that. I always thought you are Italian for some reason. Or maybe you are. Yeah, guys, that's the plan. If anybody has questions, let me know, guys. Let me know. Now you have the chance to take questions. And there are no dumb questions. Just feel free to ask. Or if you have a chart I should look at, I will also look at the chart. I have like 10 more minutes. If anyone has a chart request or a question, feel free to write it in the chat. And also subscribe to the channel, boys. Why is this alarm going off all the time? I have no alarm literally here. Trieste was part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm weak on that stuff. I forgot everything I learned in school. Have you tried FTMO? Oh, no, I have not. They have one rule, I think, that I don't like you can't hold trades over the weekend like NQ. And I don't like that. I want to hold my trades if I have to. And I think FTMO has the rule that if you trade NQ, you have to close it over the weekend. Maybe they changed it, but as far as I know, that was the last time when I looked at the rules. NQ is in profit, boys. Let's go. 0.1 R. Are you waiting for the sweep of those highs on Bitcoin as you do on Ethereum? Yes, probably. With this big internal structure. I mean, if we get below here first, I'll probably take it as well. If the R is worth it, of course. But with this sweep, the R would be way better, so I would like the sweep. Ethereum structure is not that clean, so Ethereum would be not worth it to wait for a close ball here. So Ethereum, I wanna wait for the sweep. And it's stronger than Bitcoin anyway, so it probably will sweep if Bitcoin gets a little higher. So yeah, those are the trades, boys. No more questions. If you have no more questions, I'm gonna wrap it up for today. Thank you all for the people that joined. We had constantly 10 viewers plus. On which time frame are you looking at these? Hour 1, and if structure is clean, I'll stay at the hour 1. If structure is not that clean, I will go to the 30-minute as well to look for a high probability break. But hour 1 is preferred. But sometimes hour 1 it takes too long for the break, you know. Then I would switch to the M30. When you set your stop loss to break even at 1.2, have you backtested to see if it's worth making it even 0.2, or would you lose more than you gain? Yes, I have backtested that, and the 1.2 area is the optimal point to set it break even. For my strategy that I have. It just shows if you reach the 1.2 area, you don't want to see the trade come back to entry. If it goes back to entry, probabilities are very high that it will reach the stop loss as well. So that's just the point that I have from my back testing and forward testing, and my data told me that the 1.2 area is the optimal point to take profits, or not take profits, to set it break even. Do you use HVN, LVN in your system? I don't even know what that means. Maybe you can elaborate further and I can tell you, but as far as I know, or as far as I see this, I don't know what it is. So I probably not use it. Nice to hear you as well, Father Astali. Thanks for tuning in. I'll just wait for T-Lawyer to elaborate what HVN, LVN means. And then I can tell you if I use it, but I don't think so if I don't know what it means. Chances are low that I am using it as well. But I was about to say thanks for all the nice viewers today, guys. We had 10 viewers plus every time. Very nice. High volume nodes and low volume nodes. No, I don't use that. Instead of setting it to break even, is it worth making it 0.R stop loss? For example, meaning if you are going to get stopped out at beginning, you as well making 0.2. That would need further testing, but I'd rather just set it at break even and forget about it, you know. I would have to do further testing for that, but currently I'm just setting it break even. Jamie Donaldson, but that's a very good point. If you are building your system yourself, you can try all those things, you know. That's why you have to build your own system. Copying someone is not the way to be a trader. You have to try your own stuff. And with all those things, you can put that into your system and try it out. Ethereum is almost sweeping the highs. Solana is sending as well. Yeah, we swept the highs, boys. Wild. NQ is dumping. Tesla is dumping as well. So that's a little bit of a hedge today, but it's okay. If only one of these two trades goes well, it's still profit. We're having an instant reaction of those highs. Now what I would look for. Probably a close below here. Yeah, I have to be a close below here. But ideally I want to have this. I want to have cleaner structure. But we see what we get. Yes, guys, thank you all for tuning in today. Thank you all for the viewers and thanks for the activity in chat. And next week, Monday, we'll do the same again. And I hope to see you as well again next week, Monday. So, thank you all for tuning in today, guys. And subscribe to the channel to not miss out. Yeah, for example, you would need to check how many get 1.2 and then drop to 0.1, for example, and bounce back to 1.5. Yeah, that's exactly what you have to try, Jamie. You have to try it and see what works. Maybe I will do it as well. Okay, guys, thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel to get notified every time I'm live and to get notified for all the videos that are uploaded. I uploaded a video 2 hours ago. Make sure to watch that. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys, and good luck with your trading week. I will see you next Monday. Peace out.